You're all welcome to Cave Schlong 10.
There's his contribution for the week.
Yeah.
Contribution. Welcome back to the CaveCast. All of you are still with me listening. Thank you very much. I appreciate it and love all of your guts. This is episode 10, CaveCast 10. Kynes is with me in the studio. Just Kynes, no Dill today. He ditched out like a little biatch. So we're a two-man show in it today. How you doing, Kynes?
I'm good. I guess this episode won't be sponsored by Garden Hands this time. Since Dill's not here.
I forgot. See? How the fuck are we going to get paid from this shit eventually?
No public service announcement
No
today.
PSA. Well, we're going to have to hold it down. Which, that's what we do, so. CaveCast 10. Also, yesterday was my 10-year high school reunion. It was interesting to say the least. The last 2 days. You didn't make it out.
No.
You should have. But, it was what it was. It was what I thought it was going to be. Except for I didn't end up getting laid.
Yeah, that's probably... Like, I figure if I am gonna ever go back to a reunion, I would want it to be because I was rich and I wanted to rub it in everybody's face.
Yeah, well, naturally.
Or to try and get some action from girls that I never got the chance to.
That's what I was saying all week was, you know what? I'll go there, see what the girls that never gave me the time of day think now.
Right.
And if I have to, I'll just pull my dick out. If they take the bait, then.
Yeah, I'm not single though, so it was almost just pointless. I would have had to just go around and be like, I'm practically married and I'm poor. Like that's what and it didn't sound like fun. So
practically married. Got 1.5 kids.
Wow.
And
one of them's a midget.
And the other one's gonna be racist, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably. The midget's probably going to be the racist one.
They usually are, aren't they?
Yeah, I would assume. I mean,
just kind of a...
They're going to lash out, at somebody for being angry at God for what they were slighted.
Which was, like calves and forearms, I think.
Or whatever, however it works.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I've heard it both ways. So we took a week off, so we got a little bit of catching up to do. An interesting piece of news that happened here in Roseburg last week, or was it the week before last?
I think it might have been the week before.
Today's Sunday. Yeah, the week before last, a 91-year-old man walked into the Roseburg gun shop, and he asked to see a pistol. And I don't know if you've ever been in a gun shop before and asked to see a pistol, but they always check it. Yeah. Even though it's common knowledge that every gun on the rack, is not going to have anything chambered in it or any kind of ammo whatsoever near it.
Right.
But they always check it. They clear the breech, pull the clip out, pull the magazine out. I'm sorry, you gun nuts. Well, pulled the gun down, checked it, handed it to the 91-year-old man, turned around, and gunshot. Dude, the only way I can think of it is he had a bullet in his pocket, and he fucking popped one in the chamber and shot himself right in the head. And the fucking crazy, that's crazy enough, but the real crazy shit to me is that motherfucker walked out of the store on his own after it happened.
See, I didn't hear that part.
The employee heard the gunshot and just bolted. Well, 2 seconds later, the fucking old man covered in blood walked out on his own and was detained by police.
Wow.
That's a fucking... I mean, there's a story. There's some serious, like a serious tale there.
That's
but
one tough 90-year-old motherfucker.
that's what I'm saying. You take one to the dome and by yourself, point blank, and then walk out.
Dude, I probably, like, for one thing, I'm not going to even make it to 70 probably with how I take care of myself. And when I do get taken out, it'll probably be like I'll be 67 and I'll fall in the shower. This guy's 91 years old. He fucking shows up at the gun shop at 8 in the morning, puts a cap in his dome at close range, and then walks out and gets arrested. Like,
he walks out to get arrested.
They just don't make dudes like that anymore.
There's not a happy ending to this story, folks. He's dead now. I don't know if I mentioned that, but
no, I heard that he did end up dying.
Yeah, he died the next day up at Sacred Heart, I think it's in Springfield. Which is like, what's the fucking point?
Right.
You know, he obviously had enough wits about him to plan that shit out. Bring, ask for the right caliber of gun to match.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing. At first, I was like, I wondered, did he really plan this out, or was it a mistake by the gun shop owner? Did he hand him a loaded gun? But from what I read, he planned it out. And I guess my sister told me, I don't know if she actually read this, but they looked at the tape.
Mm-hmm.
There was tape.
Yeah, no, there was tape.
And it was proven that, it was his own doing.
He did it himself.
It wasn't a gun shop mistake,
So, yeah, like, I've been thinking about it for 2 weeks just because I want to know, like, does he... I found his name, but I haven't been able to look up anything else on it. And, so it's like, did he have kids? Well, he's 91,
right.
Or grandkids, or why did he have access to a bullet and he didn't have a gun to shoot himself with? He had to go down to the shop and fucking pull a fast one on the store clerk.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, if he'd been sitting around and wanted to go, who knows? His wife could have died recently or whatever, or he just got tired after 91 years.
I could imagine. 91 fucking years? No,
his mind could have just been slipping too, maybe. But, if you don't have a gun and that's the way you want to do it, it was kind of a smart thing. Like, he can't afford a gun, or maybe he just doesn't want to buy a gun.
He could only afford one bullet
or whatever. Maybe he went down and bought, because you can go get a box of ammo.
Yeah.
For like $15.
You don't,
$20.
Yeah.
And then you go in there.
You'll have to have a background check, or
right. Go in there and ask to see a gun and put one in it.
Yeah. So yeah, there you have it. Fucking weird. I was thinking, the dude's 91. Why could he have not just waited 2 weeks?
Right.
And
or maybe that's the thing though. Maybe he'd been wanting to go for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
He was like, Jesus, how long is this going to take?
He kept wanting to just die in his sleep, and every morning he woke up, had to put his slippers on, and fucking just hated it.
He should have, but going out like that, in the gun shop, I mean, I know he's 91, but I would want to go, if I was going to go out, I'd want to do it differently. Why didn't he go get some heroin and party down?
Yeah, just get down.
I guess,
I mean, any kind of, drugs probably would have done the trick,
or whatever, man.
Just a bottle of Jack, maybe, something.
Skydive without a parachute, or make it interesting.
But, what... Yeah, I gotta find out more information on it, because it's gonna stick in there for a while. I'm always gonna wonder, what the fuck was the story?
It's interesting. Oh, that's just thinking about that. I was gonna say, if he would have stuck around for another 8-9 years, he could have gone up to Mars with the people that are going to be colonizing Mars.
Oh yeah,
that's what I was going to bring up.
There you go.
I was trying to remember it. That Joe
I knew
Rogan,
we'd come around to it.
Joe Rogan posted this thing that CNN put up about people colonizing Mars are going to start in 9 years.
And I didn't look into that very much. I just pretty much read the headline. But did I not see something about a certain percentage of them they'll never come back?
None of them are coming back.
Oh, okay.
It's a one-way trip.
Wow.
This is me trying to remember it. From what I read, it was a pretty long thing. Basically, it's going to cost about $6 billion, and how they're going to pay for it is these large TV companies it's getting funded by a bunch of different things, but these certain TV companies, broadcasters and stuff, are buying the rights.
Is there gonna be a fucking reality TV show
Is
on
what
Mars?
at least is what I'm thinking. But they're making it possible, and over 100,000 people have bought their applications to go. Only 40 people over. How it's going to work is I think they take 4 people every 2 years until they got 40 people up there. And yeah, they're just one-way trips. There's no way at the moment to take a trip to Mars, land, refuel, and go back. And even if they could refuel, going back is a lot different than going in the first place. There's a lot of physics involved, and
yeah. Well, think of how much it takes to launch a spacecraft from here.
Right. They're doing it every 2 years because it has something to do with the alignment and how the trip.
It's closer.
Making the trip closer. That's why it has to go every 2 years, and so I imagine the trip back would be, a lot different. But
that's fucking crazy.
It is. They're gonna actually colonize Mars.
Do they not know this is how every fucking space sci-fi horror movie has ever started? Pretty much.
Pretty much.
And it's gonna be televised. I'm sure of it. There's. Yeah. I wonder if there's a way to. I mean, satellites. There's got to be a way to broadcast. You would think
there is. That's why I think
linking up satellite to satellite or something.
In the next few years, broadcasting from Mars to here, they already have things set in motion. They're gonna make it easy. But yeah, you're gonna have a situation where these people that are staying on Mars have their sit down for their real world confessionals, and they're like, fucking Jake ate all the freeze dried carrots, and they're bitching about each other.
There's 40 people, so they just that's it.
But I was talking to my friend about it, and he was like, well, what's the point? And I was like, it's cool if you think about, you just put 40 people on a place like Mars, and they're going to be living in indoor buildings because you can't go out, you can't live on the surface. Right. You got to think about what 40 people could do over like 100-year period. This is the beginning of a colonization, so it starts off with 40, but after 100 years, what's it look like? What did they build? How many children were born, if there was? And it's all possible because we're able to extract water from the rocks there. And if you can get water, you can get oxygen, and you can get plants. And
you can get life.
It's all possible because they're able to extract water off of Mars.
So I wonder what the application process is like. You're not going to get 40 frat boy stoners or something up there, because those fuckers would never get anything done.
Right, that's I wondered the same thing, because the way the CNN article portrayed it is it's free to anybody to actually get an application. You have to pay to get the application, and that's part of it. But I imagine, the people that they pick, they're going to tend to pick people that are going to be worthwhile. There's going to be a doctor up there.
I would expect, a shitload of scientists or something just to begin with. And then, no redheads.
Right.
They're going to phase those out.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to probably not send anybody with any other weird mutations.
Yeah. No Atacama humanoids.
Right. I think it's cool though. I think that's
unless the Atacama humanoids are already up there.
Yeah, they start finding them in the dirt and shit. Yeah. There's all sorts of weird stuff to think about. Like, one of the big worries on the way there is, can they handle the radiation that they're gonna sustain? They built these things that are supposed to shield them from radiation. That's state of the art, but they don't know if it's even gonna work. And
wow, that's fucking crazy.
These people are never coming back, though.
Yeah,
someday. Especially the longer it goes there, and the smart people that stay up there, they might get it to the point someday where you can come back from Mars. But these people that go are never coming back.
So this is beginning in how long?
2022.
So, in 9 years, are they? I'm curious to how this works. Are they going to live in the craft that they show up in?
I think,
or
from not in the same CNN article, but a thing I saw on before it is ahead of time, like within the next 9 years, they're going to be sending these things up there. They're basically ships, but once they land, they assemble themselves into makeshift buildings that will allow these people to stay in there while they work on better, bigger buildings.
Could you have 15 years ago, could you have ever even imagined saying that and not be talking about a movie or a book?
Like Transformers. These things are going to land, and then robots, through robotics, are going to start
unmanned. Wow.
And it's going to be like a ship that lands and then morphs a little bit, but is able to live in. And some of them will be similar to like high-tech type tent things, but they're just going to build on it from there once they get up there. And nobody knows if it's going to work. You know, they've planned it out as they're going to plan it out as good as they can. But
it'll work all right until Skynet becomes self-aware. And then we're fucked.
I think it's cool, man. I think it's interesting, man.
That's just scary to me. I mean, it's completely awesome and badass, but
these people are. I guess you can call them crazy, which they are.
Yeah.
But they're also pioneers in a way,
right?
You know, it could end up looking like Total Recall someday up there with buildings and a real population.
And chicks with 3 tits.
Yeah.
God, that's all I would care about.
I would sign up right then and there. I'd be like,
wait a second. So, yeah, everything's freeze dried and MRE. Food's gonna suck, but there's chicks with 3 tits.
Well, they're growing vegetables. They're gonna be able to do that because they're gonna have water and oxygen, and we can manipulate false sunlight, and they get sunlight on Mars, but not great sunlight. But there was also those. They just recently made meat in a lab with stem cells. They grew meat.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
It. So they might even be able to do that.
Artificial fucking meat.
It sounds disgusting, but I guess they ate it, and it sounds. One guy compared it to a McDonald's hamburger. Like it didn't taste quite like natural beef, but
that's probably been artificial meat technically for years.
I was like, maybe that's how they make their hamburgers.
Oh man, and I hate to bring up Rogan again, but he said something really smart on that whole artificial meat thing. He said, it's only a matter of time until they turn that into a shape you can fuck.
Exactly.
And then artificial meat becomes artificial human.
Yeah.
And man, dude, I don't know. This technology leap within the 2000s, basically, maybe even you could count the 90s almost, but just from 2000 on, it's just fucking light speed. It's scary.
Yeah.
And
there's even conspiracies or even theories that we haven't banked, technology that's way better than we know about. It's just coming out in slow motion. They're not going to give you all
right.
Like they already have cars that can run on sunlight, so, according to a lot of people, and we already have way better, cheaper solutions to coal and oil. They just don't want to let it out yet.
Well, why would they? All the people that make decisions around here are all invested in banks and oil. It's a big money thing. It's a control. Who knows, but it's a conspiracy that makes sense at least. Greed is I think of all the 7 deadly sins, the scariest one that makes people, gluttony, you really only harm yourself, and sloth, and those are really the only 2 I know.
Because greed's one of those things that it can happen to you like slowly, and you don't even realize that you're turning into it.
Which is programming. It's like there's computer programming, but then there's your brain programming, and that's what's scary about that, is because it happens over time if you let it happen, or if, say, you're a kid and you can't necessarily help it. But if you're not diligent on some things, then you can slowly, over time, make yourself okay with something that you weren't necessarily okay with.
Yeah, you can justify all sorts of stuff. Yeah, maybe, we poisoned this village by dumping this garbage here to save some cash, but my grandchildren's grandchildren are going to live a lot better.
And
the money I made.
People are no longer human beings. They're just pawns to move around.
Yeah, they're just
and life and death doesn't matter as much, when you're talking about a mass scale. It's greed's a fucking scary one. So colonizing Mars, Total Recall, 3-titted chicks. That's really the one I'm gonna keep going back to. Like, we have not made it as a civilization until
there's 3 tits.
3 tits.
3, not like a weird extra fucking mutated tits.
Yeah, off the bottom or something. 3
beautiful
perfect
aligned tits.
Yes, symmetrical. And that was a thing that bugged me Did you see the new Total Recall?
No, not yet.
I don't believe there was a 3-titted woman in the new Total Recall.
That's just fucking crazy.
I'm not positive because I fell asleep during the middle of it, I think. I mean...
You have to throw that in as just a homage, to the original at least.
You would think there'd have to be some kind
Even
of...
if she's just walking by with a drink in the background.
Yeah, it's like, wait a second, rewind that and pause it. Yeah. And, Colin Farrell's acting, I'm surprised didn't have me riveted in my seat, just paying attention the whole time. But,
I liked him as Alexander, though. I know everybody hated that movie, but...
I to be honest, I never watched it.
I thought he made a good Alexander.
Maybe...
I'm not a big Colin Farrell.
Because he's good at looking like he likes to fuck dudes, or...
Yeah.
I didn't see the movie, but I know a little bit of history.
Yeah, they put that in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They put his lover in, played by Jordan Leto, I think.
Jared?
Jared Leto, yeah.
30 Seconds guy?
Yep. He played the lover. I can't remember his name.
No, is that the first time that Jared Leto has played a
homo?
A homo lover?
I don't know.
Did he suck any dicks in Requiem for a Dream?
No, I don't think so. I think from what I remember from Requiem, he ended up having his arm. It was his arm, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's what happened to him, I think.
Huh.
His arm rots off.
Yeah. Yeah, and Jennifer, the chick that was in Jennifer Connelly ends up going double dildo.
Yeah, with everybody jacking off around.
Yeah, with a bunch of rich dudes.
So hot. That movie was fucked up.
Dude, I could never watch The Labyrinth again the same after seeing Jennifer Connelly going, scissor me timber action with a toy involved.
There's so many creepy scenes in that movie.
There really is. There's something with Marlon Wayans too. Maybe he's the one that gets gay or something.
He might, maybe. I
seem to remember him being naked a bunch.
Yeah. Fuck, I can't remember what happens. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Yeah. But, oh, dude, I just remember the abscessed fucking junkie wound arm.
Yeah.
This shit was gross.
It's disgusting.
Anyways, I guess, maybe Dell didn't let us down. Well, that remains to be seen after we call him up, because we're gonna get him on the phone and fucking get him involved in this, even though he's pussed out.
Can't make it
majorly. Where's it? Will you hand me that wire there? Yeah. I got this shit, Jimmy rigged, like nobody's biz. Okay, so we're gonna call Dill and get into some UFC talk, because we had some fights this weekend. Chael Sonnen and Shogun Rua was the main event. Travis Brown and Alistair Overeem. Uriah Faber fought Yuri Alcantara, and there were some other fights, but we're gonna get Dill on the phone and converse with him about it.
What was Shogun's last name?
Rua.
Yeah, I thought so. It sounds like how Italian says whore.
You
fucking
Rua. I never thought about that.
I've just been watching a lot of Sopranos, and when you said that, it's the first thing I thought of. You fucking Rua.
I wonder if his mom and dad got divorced or something when he was young, and every time he would get in trouble, it would just remind her of his dad, and he'd be like, "You fucking Rua." All right, let's call this motherfucker up. See if we can. Is that? Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. This is baller status right here.
It's working.
Watch, he's not gonna answer now. Just a fucking. You son of a bitch. You gotta be kidding me.
He'll let it go and then he'll call back.
Yeah, he's trying to feel a little more important than he really is.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message.
Wow. Okay, well, Fuck him. He's gonna. I mean, you're right. He's gonna call back. Let's. We'll get into something that he doesn't really know about. Last weekend, there's this old veteran kickboxer named Ray Sefo who's started up his own fledgling MMA promotion, basically, called World Series of Fighting. And they had their 4th show last week. And a couple interesting notes is Tyrone Spong, who's like fucking, I forget, 35-4 as a pro kickboxer. He's had his second MMA fight ever last weekend, and he won it by decision. He just kicked the shit out of the guy's legs, and the dude was supposed to be a somebody that he can build his resume on as an MMA fighter, and the dude showed up and took everything he had. He was limping around and looked all fucked up by the end of it because he was really outclassed. But anyways, that's not the cool one. The cool one is Nick Newell, he's a congenital amputee, which I believe means he had a problem at birth where they had to take off basically a quarter of his arm from about 4 inches down from his elbow. He's got no hand.
Holy shit.
And he's moved to, I think, 10-0 as a professional fighter.
With one hand?
With fucking one hand.
That's crazy.
And he has finished damn near everybody.
Wow.
Like under the allotted amount of time. Rear naked choking people nonetheless. and I wouldn't have believed it had I not, seen him fight, but he debuted for the World Series of Fighting last weekend, and he got another win under his belt.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it blows my mind. It's really weird. There's Dylan calling.
Here we go.
Oh, nice of you to join us.
Yeah, hey, I can do what I can when I can. I was inside changing my clothes, guys gotta change clothes every once in a while if you're not gonna shower.
Do you use a little baby powder to cover the smell, though?
Hey, am I on the air?
Yeah, you're on the air.
Well, Jesus, man, I wish I would have had a phone call. I want to give you my famous Dylan's abortion clinic. You raped me, scraped and beat us to beat us.
Well, there you go. You just got it in. Are you happy with it?
Yeah, it's a nice little plus my new business.
What's that?
Small garden ham.
We were already talking about that. How our sponsorship is fucked now that you weren't here to throw that in before and after your PSA. Do you got something for us today?
In all honesty, to anybody that listens to this thing, I'm going to have to say right now, I couldn't be there. I got a lot of, and truth be told, this is the truth.
What's that?
I literally have a lot of family issues going on right now, and curveballs and whatnot. To the people in the room there, I'll explain later. To the people listening, you can fuck yourself.
Fair enough. So we just started talking about this UFC Fight Night 26 that happened last night.
It was the debut of Fox Sports 1, huh?
The one, they're calling it, yeah.
Yeah, the one.
So, you watched...
Pretty much Riz Sports, but on a different channel.
What's that?
I'm on pretty much Riz Sports, but on a different channel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you watched the fights live. I had to catch up because I was too busy.
I actually seen every single fight but the main event because the dick that on the bar that I was at turned the channel to a Seattle Mariners fucking baseball game.
Did you kick him in his nuts?
4 hours.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. Me and cousin Josh promptly left immediately.
As you should have.
Yeah, lost business immediately.
A whole shitload of business. You and cousin Josh?
Yeah, which,
Could have paid the light bill for the next 6 months. So I want to start off with one that me and you haven't talked about yet, but I'm more and more impressed with this guy every time I see him, and I wasn't much of a believer before, but Matt the Immortal Brown.
Oh, yeah,
against Mike Pyle. Dude's on a 6-fight winning streak at 170 pounds.
Okay, let me get this straight. Pyle has the molar, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I know that fight.
So, how did he look? I mean, did he get lucky? Because I only kind of saw the finish, but...
he, in my eyes, he kind of controlled it most of the time. Literally, they were back and forth, like there's a little control, but I don't know. All in all, I think he had the slight lead the whole time, and then he kind of just the mullet guy shit the bed.
The mullet guy shit the bed. Okay. I also heard that he called out GSP after that fight. What do you think?
Yeah,
I know this is a stupid question, but
I know where this is going.
what do you think his odds are on fighting GSP after GSP loses the belt to Johnny Hendricks next month?
Pack a lunch, motherfucker.
Well,
that's literally. I mean, I know you probably want more from me. That's all I gotta say. Pack a lunch, maybe 2.
well, I'm just thinking,
And a
you
bottle
know,
of fucking cold water, son.
GSP is going to be coming off of a loss after the Hendricks fight, so it'll be a perfect time to set that fight up, right?
Whatever. Man, bottle, motherfucker.
Well, while the fights were going on, me and Dylan were texting, and I think what did I ask you? Like, how are the fights going, or something?
You, are you watching the fight? And I'm following them on my phone. And I'm like, well, I'm watching pretty much. And I was like, well, I don't want to ruin it for you, but GFP wins all the fights.
GSP.
And then Dan texts me back, Overeem, will you hit for breakfast?
And then
Overeem ended up getting knocked out by a pussy ass little kid.
That was not a pussy ass kick, dude.
Dude, he was straight just. It was like a little, you know, whenever you're fucking with a friend, you gotta give him a little backhand on the face, like, dude, stop it. And those kicks were hitting, and I told cousin Josh, I'm like, all it takes is for one of those kicks to just hit the right spot, and he's done. And not even 2 seconds later, that fucker folded like a fucking goddamn folding chair. Dude, it was ridiculous.
Good analogy.
Broken down like a cardboard box.
There you go. Actually, I ran into some difficult cardboard boxes to fold, so.
My honestly, my favorite fight out of the whole night was the last prelim fight between I think is it Pickett and McDonald.
Yeah, that got fight of the night actually.
That was I was impressed.
Well,
that 22-year-old kid's got heart, and that Pickett guy, that motherfucker's got a chin like a fucking brick shit house, dude.
Yeah, took some
that fucker
shots.
should have knocked out 4 or 5 fucking nines in the first minute.
Wow. Well, Michael McDonald just came off of a title shot at 135 for the.
Oh yeah, I heard good old Joe Rogan, which I love him. Love his views.
I know. I hate it. We've already referenced him like 3 times this CaveCast.
But I did not. What you just said, I did not know that until I heard Rogan talking to him after the fight, after he won. But that kid's up and coming. I think he's look out, motherfuckers.
Yeah. He's only 22. He annoys the shit out of me because he always talks about Jesus and how much he loves him and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's I mean, yeah, well. That's a good way. But okay, so you didn't see.
I just laugh. I can love that.
You didn't see the main event?
That's the only fight that I missed because the fucking dick at the bar changed the goddamn channel.
Wow. Well, I
just got to see a picture of fucking, Chael fucking holding his arms up, and they're like, "Oh, old dude's got it again." It's like, no, he doesn't. He got lucky. I'm sure. I didn't see it, but I'm sure he did.
He kind of dominated. He choked him out in the first round.
I ended up seeing what he actually did, and I was.
Did you see the post fight interview that Joe did with him?
No, I did not.
Oh my god, dude, you'll love this. He you know how Chael is. He started going, "I'm the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, blah blah blah," and Joe waited till he was finished, and he took the mic to say something else to him, and Chael grabbed it back, and he goes, "I'll tell you when I'm finished talking." He's all, I just beat up a world champion. He's all, don't think I won't do it to a middle-aged comedian.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, dude.
It'd be awesome if Joe just world kicked him.
I'm immediately fucking pissed.
Yeah, he said, don't think I'm above doing it to a middle-aged comedian.
What the fuck did Rogan do?
he took the mic away from his mouth too quick.
No, I'm saying, what did he do when he said that? Did he take any initiative or did he like a bitch?
Yeah, he smiled it off, you know. What's he gonna do? Joe Rogan's a welterweight at best.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Rogan probably was fucking my anyways.
Well, he would fucking triangle choke him in a second, but
Rogan's got skills, man. I've seen some of the videos of him
yeah,
training.
he's a bad man.
Just to that, like I said, that Pickett McDonald fight, though, I want to get a little bit more into that because I was highly fucking impressed by both guys. It was hands down one of the better fights I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
It was crazy. The fucking dude took a lot of punches, and that dude fucking was like a machine gun. It was unreal, and the dude cut him.
Yeah.
And I love better than anything that he, at the end, he's like, I'm not going to let an Englishman come in here and beat me with fucking revolution.
I forgot that Pickett's English. Awesome. That's right.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking awesome. But that fight fucking blew my mind. That was a damn good fight.
Did you happen to catch their rankings? Did you see what it said their rankings are? Because they both got to be top fivers in the
McDonald guy was number 4, I believe, and the Pickett guy was, McDonald was 6 and Pickett was 4.
Really?
I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Or he was 3. It's 4 or 3, but I'm pretty sure McDonald was 6. He was 6 or 5, and there was 4 or 3. He was in there.
Huh. I would have thought.
So McDonald was definitely behind him.
Wow, I would have thought the other way around.
Yeah, it was crazy.
What? I know that he finished him, right? It didn't go to decision.
Yeah.
What round was it?
He finished him. He had him in the armbar triangle combination, and he got out of the armbar, and then he just set the triangle in, and that's what ended it.
Nice. That's my favorite, dude. The switch over from the triangle to the armbar.
Dude, he got his arm out, and as soon as he got his arm out, he just fucking threw the arm to the side like it wasn't like a fucking piece of garbage, like a hoe, and just fucking sank the goddamn fucking figure 4 and bring it back like Rick fucking Flair. It was unreal.
Woo!
And like the guy was tapping for literally like 5 seconds, and you can see McDonald laying there, looking up at the ref saying he's tapping, and then the ref finally stopped it.
What ref was it? Was it Mazzagatti?
No, it was a nobody. It was one of the newcomers. One of the dudes that it's not Mazzagatti, and it wasn't the
Herb.
Yeah, it wasn't Herb.
Huh.
But that fight it blew my mind. That was a damn good fight. I was actually glad to see that for free.
Yeah. And now
it's time. Go fuck yourself. All right.
You go fuck yourself, buddy. You fucking hua.
He kind of just goes, what's Shogun's last name? And I said, Hua. And he's all, that's sounds kind of like the way Italians say whore. You fucking Hua.
They say, yeah. Like everybody's like that mediocre piece of shit guy that was filming for Goldberg.
Oh,
Rogan looked so goddamn irritated with him the whole time. He kept saying fucking Mauricio Shogun Rua, and then fucking Joe Rogan would like be all Mauricio Shogun, and he'd like look at the guy and go, Rua. Like he made the point to be like, you're fucking retarded.
Was it John Anik?
Yeah, it was that good shit.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of his.
Yeah,
I don't see him lasting.
He has no business being anywhere.
Hey, so I got an important question to ask you right now.
Yeah, I do. I got AIDS.
I knew it. So when you're watching videos of black chicks fighting each other, like when they're talking shit before.
You're talking my kind of shit right now.
I know. That's why I needed a professional opinion. When you're watching them and they're talking shit before, why is it that always just the shittiest lines get the biggest response from the crowd?
It's kind of like I don't know. Have you ever seen the movie 8 Mile?
Yeah.
Yeah, just complete shit. First off, but it's dude, honestly, they're not American. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I love that shit. I usually look for clothes to come off.
Right.
But you stunned me, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. They're not American. I don't fucking know. Half those motherfuckers can't read or write. me an answer a question about people that can't read or write.
Fair enough. Have you got on World
And
Star Hip Hop?
I'm not racist. That's just.
Well, no, it's a there's a subculture going on there I mean, it seems to be predominantly black. I'll say that just because I'm being honest, but you know, it's a subculture for sure. It's not.
No, we don't call them ghetto vibes for nothing.
Wait, what do you guys have against 8 Mile? You didn't like that movie?
God damn it! You didn't ask me a question like that.
Well,
watch the movie,
okay.
fucker. You don't answer your question.
Yeah. I know.
Aside from the greatest rapper ever being in it, it didn't have wasn't very meritable.
I didn't see Sage in that thing.
let me ask this, and this is I want an honest answer. Does Eminem truly not have one redeemable skill or anything to you guys? Like, do you really think
Me? I think he's great. I think lyrically Eminem's awesome.
So does Dylan. Like, is he totally shit to you, or is there anything good about him?
Honestly, I couldn't hear you guys talk a little bit louder, but I gotta say this before you say it again. Dan clearly is on a lot of drugs.
No,
go ahead. I need to get close to the phone, guys.
All right. What I'm asking is there anything about Eminem that's good, or is he just complete shit?
Honestly, personally, Dan's gonna edit this and make me think I'm sucking his dick.
No, I'm asking in all honesty.
I think it's flow. He flow and shit. Lyrically, it's literally the same shit over and over again.
Yeah.
Like, we got it. You were on pills, you got off them, and you got back on them, you hate that one bitch. Got it. we need to pound 6 albums into our head.
No, I get it. I'm with you. I think I could kind of have the same general opinion of him. But I think I think he's good enough that if you gave him like a subject, something to rap about, like that you handpicked, and he did it, I think it would come. He's good enough that it would come out good. Like, it's just what he picks to rap about is what's garbage.
I mean, I would agree with you something there.
Yeah. All right.
Like I said, flow-wise, he's on pace. He knows how to rap his beat. He can get it down. It's just,
I think
change it up.
Yeah, he's entertaining.
All right. Well, good to know. I think what he just said was.
Mainstream rapper ever? Yes, hands down.
Well, okay. What about Rob Van Winkle?
You know, I'm going to give Winkle that one.
Huh.
Hey, if there's no Vanilla Ice, there's no Death Row. So.
Well, and there's no balcony hangings either.
That's what I'm saying. He made that happen.
You will sign this shit over.
Like, the thing is that we more money off that obviously than Eminem probably hasn't full person.
Well, good to know. You got anything else to add?
I didn't come up with a public service announcement this week, but I didn't think it was going down because we got Buffalo glass on it, so...
Well...
Apparently there's a 10-year high school reunion I was supposed to attend, but I didn't attend.
You should have, dude. It was a good time.
There's a reason for that, bro. We got out of high school for 2 reasons. So we didn't have to go to school anymore, and so we didn't have to see those fucking people anymore.
I honestly only ran into 2...
Yeah, how much wine did you drink, you pussy?
I only started drinking wine when they stopped serving beer at 8:30.
Yeah, that was when you get paid too. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Goddamn right. Sure, fucking help him out.
Jesus.
Pass out. Went back to the trooper. Rest in peace. Before he
I know, dude. Let's have a moment of silence for that.
Yeah, word.
The troop. All right, dude. Well, if you don't have anything else, maybe call us back when you figure out a PSA, and we'll put you back on.
Yeah, definitely will.
All right. Well, I hope you get all of your inner turmoil figured out.
When this motherfucker's over, because if I don't call you beforehand, I want to call you like, a half hour it's over, and you're like, oh, a little too
No, I'll record it anyways, and we'll throw it on next week's or something, because you're going to be gone anyways, right? You're going out of town?
Yeah, I'm going to be out of town for a week.
1 week? Tuesday to Tuesday?
Going back to Midwest through Sam.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Kansas. Casey Meadow, baby.
Not Oklahoma? I thought all your fam was Oakleys.
Yeah, no, I'm flying to Kansas City, Missouri, but then I'll be in Kansas City and Oklahoma.
Well, dude, you can stop by and see your other favorite rapper, Mac Lethal, and what's the other guy's name in Kansas City? Oh, Tech 9?
Oh, yeah, my favorite guy, the best rapper of all time. No, he owns the game right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, God, let's continue to rap about slackers and just make a bunch of words up and throw them together and make it sound quick.
Are we talking about Tech 9?
That's what we're talking about. I forgot. I lost my train of thought for a second.
Yeah, that'll happen. All right, well,
I thought we were talking about Winkle again.
Oh, well, I mean, he didn't have to make up words. He was such a wizard with the words that he was already has to work with. Wordsmith does not give him enough justice, I don't think.
Well, did you tell everybody at the reunion that I had a doctorate and 2 masters in alcoholistic medicine?
Yeah, and that you invented Post-its.
Yeah, and then posted.
Yeah. Everybody was really disappointed that you were not there.
Maybe because I was too busy flying on my chopper.
Your chopper.
I was too busy flying on my chopper getting Botox.
Dude, are you serious? You would try to fucking fit something else inside that cranium? You really want more protrusion from fucking your dome?
I didn't think my bottom lip was fat enough.
Well, come over here. I'll lump it up for you.
Oh, I got a question for Kynes real quick.
Yeah.
I saw on her birthday about you releasing a voicemail country song. Happy birthday to her.
Oh, Tara?
And I've been telling everybody about it, because I know your fucking country song voice.
Yeah.
And, all I read was a post, and I laughed my ass off, but I knew exactly how that fucking thing sounded.
Yeah,
I even told my wife, you can't replicate that, but it's fucking hilarious.
I'll try. I'm gonna try and get because I sang her happy birthday in my country voice, my sister, and I'm gonna try. She's gonna get it for me, and I'm gonna get it on my phone, and I'll bring it in.
Nice.
Because I can't just sing it on the spot.
You can't. You do. You kind of have a little twang to you. I never really realized that before.
I was gonna say that Kyle's country voice is it can't get any worse than Toby Keith meets singer.
What?
Yeah, well, it doesn't give any shit in Toby Keith. You can get the joke.
Did you?
Toby doesn't. It was something about Toby Keith.
That.
Oh, yeah, Toby Keith!
Well, I can't get any worse than Toby Keith, or she be a country singer, and the joke is it doesn't get any shit in Toby Keith.
Right.
Oh,
no, I'm better
Jesus.
than Toby Keith.
Yeah,
for sure.
well, of course he is.
Jesus Christ. Luke Kynes got his fuck.
Well, shit, dude. You need to get better than a Zach Morris phone, because you keep cutting out. Maybe pull your fucking 6-foot-long antenna out so you get a little better reception.
No. And then my phone's getting ready to die, dude. I gotta get my 16-foot extension cord and plug the thing in.
Go stand on a big rock somewhere, too.
Yeah, I do. I got a whole spin down on the side. I gotta keep spinning it for an hour so it'll charge up. World War One phone.
Rotary.
Alright, fuck off here.
Alright, thanks for calling in. It was good to talk to you. Glad you could make it.
Yeah, word.
Glad you could come through in the clutch.
Yeah, I do what I can when I can do it. And I can do it usually all the time.
Alright, man. Take it easy.
Peace.
Later.
Jesus.
Yeah, take that.
I think we need to get right into I gotta play this Chael Sonnen's poem that he came out with before the fights. I think it was Friday they were interviewing or something like that. It fucking had me laughing. because he's been talking shit about Vanderlei Silva too.
Yeah.
A lot. And so he threw him in there, and it's great. Anyways, here's Chael's poem before UFC on Fox.
Let's welcome in the man whose seat Daniel is keeping warm. Joining us now via Skype from Boston, Mr. Chael P. Sonnen.
Hi, gentlemen.
Chael, Whitey Bulger out, the American gangster in. How's Boston treating you right now, man?
Nice suits, fellas. You guys look like Mayhem Miller's defense team over there.
Oh, my God.
We'll get into that.
Chael, listen, let's talk about your fight, bud.
Whoa. Keep it down while I'm talking. On August 17th, a fight's going to take place, and everybody's screensaver will be Vanderlei's face. Not scowling or pouting or pounding his fist or stumbling with English or rolling his wrists, but watching in horror as docs try to wake his little henchman Shogun who made the mistake of cutting in line on my way to his boss and ended up knocked out and trying to explain the loss. Sitting at the press conference table with Vanderlei outside, hailing a cab for the panic-filled ride to Logan Airport, or better still, to the docks to stow away on a boat to Brazil, to get away from this gangster right here who eventually will leave him face down and end his career. Kaboom.
He just hangs up.
Wow, much faster. That was it. Did we even expect it? The great thing after the interview, Chael, you always know when the interview's over.
You gotta love Chael.
Wasn't that great, dude? I thought that was brilliant.
He's such a shit talker, but he's it's always worth it.
Oh yeah, he's I'm coming around. Like when the first Anderson Silva saga was going on, I could not stand him.
Yeah.
And now I'm starting to get it.
He makes the fights more interesting. It's kind of the Floyd Mayweather thing.
Yeah.
Where they make the fights more interesting because if you're rooting for him, then you're just rooting for him. But he also makes people hate him.
Yeah.
And it just so when he goes into fight, you like the people that
You
hate
want
him to get
fucked
murdered.
up. which his last few fights, that's kind of what I've been rooting for. Even I called Shogun in this one, and
when you hate the other guy, you want it more than anything.
Yeah.
Like you just don't want your guy to win. You want the other dude to suffer.
But I know a lot. Being in Oregon, I know a lot of guys that have trained with him directly, and every single one of them, sings his praises about how nice. That's a fucking act, and he's such a down to earth, nice guy, and all this, and
it's just promotion.
Yeah,
probably.
I mean, I still pray for his downfall every fight, but it's. Anyways, what he referenced there is who Jason Mayhem Miller is? He did the Bully Beatdown
on
show.
MTV. Yeah.
Well, last year he got arrested. This is like he lost. Once Strikeforce got folded into UFC, they bought it out and brought the fighters over from Strikeforce. Mayhem came over, got a fight against Bisping, I believe, got worked, just gassed out in the second round, just got worked. And then he fought CB Dalloway. It's not important, he lost. That's the main thing. He lost, he got released by Dana. They cut him from the roster. Shortly after that, he got arrested because there was a break-in reported at a church, and they found him naked on the couch, passed out in this church, and he had broken a bunch of shit and took a fire extinguisher. There was fire extinguisher dust everywhere, and bare footprints from him just fucking apparently just raging around in there.
Was he
naked.
on crack or what?
I'm not sure. That they said alcohol was involved, but it's got to be something else.
Yeah.
He must like to get wet. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's what.
Sherm sticks, Sherman Helmsley's.
I've done some shit when I was drunk, but yeah, that sounds like he had some extra ingredients or something.
Yeah. So this reference that Chael made in his little poem, or before his poem, he just went to jail again last week, I think, for spousal abuse, I think it was, or what do you call that? Domestic abuse, or
right.
some sort of violence towards whoever his chick is.
Right.
Well, furthermore, fucking dude's going off the deep end. He put out an apology that was the weirdest. It was like Rastafarian, like he was saying, you know, I am really. It was a written thing, you know. So I really want to do a Jamaican accent when I do it, but it's Mayhem Miller. Says I apologize. You know, it seemed like wholehearted, sincere apology, and then it got really weird. I don't remember it word for word, but it got really weird, and then he signed it Jason Mayhem Lion, I think. And it's just like...
It's like he lost his
mind.
mind.
He was always a weird dude, but it's like something's snapped in there that's just... That
could be drugs, man. It could be, you know, too many hits to the dome.
Yeah.
You never know.
And I don't know that I ever saw him. I don't think he's ever been finished, like knocked out. Or I know he's been you know, had a lot of decision losses, but
so he just took a little cheap shot at him in his poem, pretty much.
It seems like it, you know. Oh, you mean Chael? Yeah, you guys look like Mayhem's defense team. Yeah. So yeah, there's that. Mayhem. There's other news. Mayhem Miller's losing his fucking mind, which is sad. I always kind of liked him, you know. And he's a character, you know.
Yeah.
Obviously, fucking ADD like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I've seen him in some podcasts and stuff, and he seemed pretty laid back.
Yeah. Well, he was on O&A sometime maybe last year or the year before, and fucking you could tell, dude, he just needs Ritalin.
Right.
Like bad.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, Chael, I'm coming around, and I don't know that I'll be rooting for him in a fight anytime soon, especially if he fights Vandelay next, but he'll win that fight, you know.
Yeah.
He's a bad dude. Other than that, I think that's all for our UFC half an hour or whatever it was. So I saw this disturbing thing the other day. I don't know if you've heard it or what, but actually, okay, I heard it first. Miley Cyrus's new song, which I honestly can't tell you the name of it.
Yeah.
Something like We Can't Stop or something. I'm in the car with my sister, and she says, "Oh my God, listen to this!" Like, not like this is such a good song, like a teenage girl, but she goes, "Just fucking listen to this." And just hearing the music, which I know the point is not for that song to be on the radio. The point is for you to watch the video.
Right.
It is the most, like, she had to write it herself, I think, because then again, I've seen teams of writers just, you know, just make horrible shit, but the lyrics of this song are so awful. And then my sister's telling me, you gotta watch the video, and I don't really know how to describe it. It's really an odd video.
The Miley Cyrus video.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It's like people dancing around with
big
bears
she's
on.
She's got like these tight clothes on, and
yeah,
she's got short hair, and she's like twerking and shit.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
And she does this thing, which I think it's supposed to be a new sexy thing. It's almost like a porn face, you know, like post pop the dick out of her mouth, like girl face porn, like showing lots of teeth, but like
right.
And she almost does that the whole time she's singing, which in that in itself is just fucking so annoying that I just wanted to kick her right in her pearly whites.
I seen part of it on I don't even remember the fuck I think the Young Turks.
Yeah.
The news show on, they were talking about that video for some reason, and there was like backlash on Miley because her Hannah Montana fans were upset with her for going all Britney Spears or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I checked it out, and I think the people that are upset with her that thought that it was really dirty may have blown it out of proportion, but like you said, the lyrics and that, like, the way they were acting in the video, to me was like they were just fucking stupid.
It's so contrived.
Yeah, it was just like obnoxious. Like it wasn't late. It was like they were trying to look like they were crazy.
Yeah,
you know, like,
exactly.
Look how crazy we are. Somebody like, you know, like we got a beach ball in our living room.
Oh, oops.
it's like PG, like we're out of control. You know.
But there's a bunch of innuendo in it too, like
Yeah.
all kinds of, and the lyrics that I remember are this is the chorus. It's lee da dee da dee, we like to party.
Yeah.
Dancing with Molly, and then something else that rhymes with that. But dancing with Molly,
Yeah,
like
it's ecstasy, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, so she's just trying to, like, this is her
edgy, like
her Britney Spears. You know, lots of girls that were started out young, and were like what do you
that's
call
the
it?
that's
Like,
the blueprint basically.
Like, they were icons of like chastity or cleanliness. They go through a phase where they want to be Madonna. Instead, you know, Britney Spears went from, you know...
Well, she went from Britney Spears to Madonna to Sinead O'Connor.
Right, yeah. She would... Yeah, it just happens. Like, they get tired of... I mean, look at Justin Bieber. I've never heard a Justin Bieber song, but I know who he is. And, like, he was Mr. Sweetheart.
Yeah.
And just... God, why can't we all have a son like Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
But now I hear that he pissed in some janitor's mop bucket. He spit on a fan. He was going 120 miles per hour through a fucking...
I hope he wraps one of those Maseratis around a fucking telephone pole.
I guess he called one of his fans retarded. Like, this girl that came up to him, he was like, "Are you retarded?" Like, because of the way she was acting. So he's getting all this backlash because, well, what's wrong with Justin?
Oh, he's going crazy.
I don't know. Maybe it's like you said, maybe it's a blueprint where it's already set up where, okay, we're going to have you come out and you're going to be sweet, and then later on you're going to be edgy. And then, or maybe they just get tired of their fans and their fame and they just go, fuck this shit. Yeah, I don't know.
To bring it back to Eminem, he kind of did that on one of his albums, like where, I mean, it's not the same blueprint, but
yeah,
he got sick of one way and just came out with the goofiest fucking lyrics, and I think it was the Eminem show or Encore or something that had
where he's doing all the accents,
bagpipes for Baghdad and all that kind of.
That's his worst shit. You know.
See, I actually respected him because it was
what
just
I mean
like,
by his worst shit is, I mean, like, it's his darkest. Like, if you really like, people listen to it and it's almost like it's goofier.
Yeah.
But if you listen to the lyrics, it's some of the sickest shit he's ever wrote.
Yeah.
Like, I get a kick out of Eminem. I think he's funny, and I think that I know he raps about the same shit over and over again. But I like the fact. I just think, skill-wise,
that's where it gets me, is because lyrically I catch nuance, like subtleties and stuff that are really impressive to me as a songwriter.
If you go through his whole catalog, it's the wit, man.
Yeah,
he's very witty. Like, could he rap? Could he be a little deeper? And could he touch on shit that really matters more often? Yeah, but...
And that's the thing that annoys me too, is because when he does, it doesn't seem like, almost like he's able to, maybe.
And it almost seems like when he does, that it's
kind of cliche.
It's almost like he said a long time ago that there's a formula where he has to make like a cheesy song. Like, he's gonna do "My Name Is" just because that's what sets the album off, even though he hates the song. I think he does stuff like "Not Afraid" for the same reason. It's not, you know, I don't think he does it thinking where he goes, man, that was deep. He just writes something that he knows the dipshits are going to think is deep, and it's going to be their anthem.
Well put.
But the real great stuff is where he's just going bananas, you know, like talking about, what's his name? Fuck. I hate when I blank on names.
Well, give me...
Dave, what he talks about David Carradine. You know,
the
line about David
about...
Carradine, like, just shit like that, dude. That's where he's funny.
Sonny Bono skis horses and hitting some trees.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a clown and he's funny. Like, you got to think of him as a dark comedian rapper.
Right, exactly. See, okay, fuck Justin Bieber. If he wants to be edgy, then like, let's see a video of him snorting an 8-ball out of a hooker's ass cavity or something. You know, like,
or peeing on girls, or
yeah. I mean, everybody knew R. Kelly was kind of, I mean, he basically would fuck chicks on stage pretty much, like, just without penetration.
It's just funny the backlash that comes from
the outrage.
Right, because they all paint these people as being one way.
based on a media like perception of him, and nobody's one way, man. It's a matter of time before any of these people shows that they're human.
Yeah.
And it's just that people are so shocked when they find out that Justin Bieber can be an asshole.
Well,
he's just a normal guy.
And they might be fucking idiots. They might be just, just a face, a pretty face and whatever to put a name on, but their publicists are not dumb.
Yeah.
And the old saying there's no bad publicity.
Yeah. All publicity is good publicity.
Yeah. And they did the one which this one was so just made up and fake, where he was in it might have been the one peeing in the janitor's bucket.
Something like that.
He was in a restaurant or something like that, and they had audio of the way he was Justin Bieber's acting like an asshole in this restaurant, and you hear him and he's just, yeah, we just like to party, blah blah blah, and it's just like, you are such a fucking douchebag.
Yeah, he told
like, man,
it's just him trying to act that way.
That's a kid that would have got his mouth slapped, and if we were in high school with him,
yeah,
that's Bienvenu. I don't know if you remember him.
Yeah,
that's him. Like,
really, just
a fake ass. Like, he thinks that's how he's supposed to act. That's cool. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because 10-year reunion and whatnot ran in.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's that he's putting on. It's anything like where you're putting on an act. You're just not being natural, but you're trying to act a certain way because for whatever outcome you want. It's fucking stupid.
And to those people that you're acting like that to, it's usually people that you want to think you're cool. Most of those people are gonna see right through you anyways.
Yeah,
and fucking, he came up to me at the reunion and he's just all, "Are you pissed at me, dude?" And I'm like, "I haven't fucking seen you for 6 years."
Yeah.
Okay, dude, I just don't want you to be pissed at me. And basically that was his way of pussing out instead of asking me, "You don't like me, do you?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that was his way around having to face the actual truth.
Right. He didn't want the answer.
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude, you're inconsequential to me. Like, I don't fucking. You literally take up zero thoughts in a day of mine. But yeah,
that's
fucking. I don't wish bad on a lot of people, but I hope Justin Bieber fucking maybe doesn't die, but just gets disfigured, or
he's gonna become like,
maybe a disgruntled fan will throw acid in his face or something.
It'll get to the point where he fades out. I mean,
that's
like all boy,
the most you could hope for, I
toy
guess.
type.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, out of all the boy bands and stuff, like, the only one guy survived all that shit. Justin Timberlake is the only thing left of all the boy bands, and is
he even around anymore?
He's just, that's because he's half cockroach, and he found a way to stick around after, all that shit became irrelevant.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think he's around as an actor anymore, a musician, but he acts and he'll do guest spots and shit. But he's the only one that's relevant anymore, and it'll happen to Justin Bieber too. He'll fall through the cracks.
Well, he's not as talented.
No,
he's not gonna have that singing ability to fall back on, and also, Timberlake's been in a couple of movies where
that's what I'm saying.
He's not a terrible actor.
He stayed around because he's relevant. Because, like, I watched Social Network.
I didn't see that one.
Oh, dude, it's good.
I didn't even know he was in it.
He plays the guy who invented Napster.
Oh, he plays him?
Yeah, Justin Timberlake does.
Wow.
Because, Zuckerberg met him and they became partners around the beginning of Facebook.
I'll be damned.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a good movie. And Timberlake was actually really good in that role, I thought.
You know what I saw that was the weirdest fucking movie that he was in? It had The Rock in it too, and it had Stifler in it. Southland Tales, I think, or something like that.
Huh.
You ever see that?
No.
It's in like an alternate, not so distant future kind of thing, but it's like something's, I forget what the fucking plot of the movie is, but it was fucking bizarre. And Timberlake was in that just as a weird ass character. There was another one too about something about a dog. I forget, but he was good in that one. They were like almost not gangsters, but
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Top Dog or Alpha Dog.
Something like that.
Yeah.
He's not bad. Like I was
Yeah.
I was expecting to hate him and I didn't. I had to admit that he was not dog shit as an actor.
Yeah. Which, you know, I got no beef with JT. Not like Bernard Dolan, this rapper. He has a song, or it's a poem, and it's I forget what the poem's called, but it's basically all about hating Justin Timberlake.
Yeah. Well, I could see why he would, why people... I hated him when I was younger. I fucking could not stand any of those guys. I thought it was just more like poison pop. It was just...
I've never actually heard...
It was like a fad, and I don't appreciate whenever people sell that amount of records and break Elvis Presley records based on a fad of teenage girls, and it has nothing to do with their art.
Yeah.
It just has to do with sexual girl hormones, and I hate that.
Almost Elvis Presley did too, though.
Well, yeah, that's just true.
know.
I guess to be fair,
And he got it, doing Chuck Berry songs or whatever. But
yeah, that's true.
I have lost a lot of respect for Elvis over the years. Like
the more you find out,
wasn't really what I thought. Yeah.
Well, I don't even sit around and listen to Elvis songs.
Right.
But the thought of the fact that he's the king and he's a household name, and that NSYNC broke one of his records.
Well, they shouldn't even keep those records, seeing as how fucking there's a billion more people on the planet today than there was 50 years ago.
It's just crazy. Like it's not. Look, they didn't. Most of the girls that bought those records back then don't listen to the music now.
Yeah.
Because it had nothing to do with the music in the first place.
No, they don't. They don't go through their CD case and pick out fucking the Backstreet Boys first album. We
sit around and we'll listen to shit from the 60s because it lasted and it was good music.
Yeah.
Nobody sits around and listens to their Backstreet Boys CDs because even if they worshiped them when they were in school, because they never had anything to do with good music. It was garbage. It was all based on popularity and teenage girl.
And it was
hormones.
written by fucking 16 older dudes.
Yeah, it was a bunch of old Jewish guys deciding what was marketable and put those guys out there to peddle it.
Right.
Pretty much.
Right.
But I can't say I blame them. Like if you were offered that gig, and you're like, we're gonna give you millions of dollars, and you're gonna have literally like stadiums full of bitches that want to
just
blow
pussy
you.
falling out your pockets.
You can't knock those guys for going after that, I guess. Like back then I did, but looking back on it, shit, man.
Well,
what did I do?
Man, I should have taken those dance lessons back when I was 12.
I bet those guys had a blast just fooling all those girls and like reaping the fucking rewards from it. They're probably high-fiving each other when they were tag teaming chicks and
yeah.
Can you believe
oh
this
my
shit?
God, dude. just throwing money in the air.
All we have to do is dance and act stupid, and yeah.
And they're like, well, wait, won't our voices get messed up when we're dancing on stage and trying to sing at the same time? Oh, here's the thing, fellas.
Yeah.
That's all going to be pre-recorded.
You don't even have to sing.
You just put a headset on and move your mouth. Unless you, who is it? Ashley Simpson on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
that was brilliant. I love when that shit happens.
Yeah, she got caught.
Yeah,
she got
her vocals.
man.
Her vocals. Yeah, she got millied. Yeah, her vocals got stuck or something like that.
Fuck her.
And I wish that would happen to everybody that did that.
I mean,
at least once.
Saturday Night Live too, man. That's a place where you show up and perform.
She faded into obscurity immediately.
It was justice.
And that's what happened. Like you said, Milli Vanilli. So did they. That was it. They were done. And it's like, really?
It's disrespectful.
You knew that everybody fucking did it.
That's true too.
It's like
she kind of was burned at the stake for something that everybody does.
Did you think that Britney Spears was really, even though they turned her mic on when the music stopped and she just got done doing a dance move so you could hear her breathing hard?
Right. But that's what the part that pisses me off about it though is that when you go sign an Ashley Simpson who's going to have to lip sync
Yeah.
Because she's not very talented.
Awful.
But there are great singers out there that you could have put all that attention into, and
money and
you could have
promotion.
and you could have had a Mariah Carey that could go out and actually belt the shit live.
That's
because
what's
she had
frustrating
the chops.
about.
Yeah, because
about
you know
everything.
that instead of having this hack, you could have put somebody in the money behind somebody that could actually do this. And that's the only reason I think I put any amount of hate into people like that anymore, is because you didn't need that. You could have went and found, there's somebody out there on YouTube right now,
Right.
who's doing home recordings in their bedroom with no good equipment, and they sound amazing. You could have given them that.
Yeah, and they can do it all, and it's yeah, that's just the way it is. It's fucking, it all comes back to, like we were talking about earlier, fucking greed.
Yep.
It all just circles around to how can we make the most money the fastest.
Mm-hmm.
And it just really, what it comes down to is that dude or that chick or whatever that's writing her own songs, and they're heartfelt and they're coming from the soul, and she can fucking wail it, is just not as, her titties aren't good enough, or
Right.
her long nose or whatever is fucking just not marketable enough,
Or she just.
and then it's immediately nothing.
Yeah.
There's the decision made right there.
Yeah, it sucks. But the music industry, as we used to know it, is dying off.
Oh yeah.
Because of the way technology and stuff. So
That's the one thing that I love about our world today is, and it doesn't happen very often, but when shit implodes and it's not by plan, you know what I mean? Because record execs, oil or whatever, they've got their equations, they've got their fucking, the way they do shit and the way they make shitloads of money. And I think the record industry, it wasn't planned for, no, I don't think people thought about, like, oh shit, like, the internet is just gonna fucking...
They didn't see that. They didn't see it coming, or it ever getting this bad. It's a good thing. And
it's a totally good thing.
And then now artists are, instead of even going through record companies, they're recording their own records, and then they're selling you their records digitally off their own
Well,
websites.
and you see now, ever since Louis, comedians are all doing that now too.
Mm-hmm.
Aziz did it. Norton's doing it now. Patrice did it before he died, I think, once. And he's got some actually unreleased shit. I don't know if you follow him or Vaughn on
Mr.
Twitter.
P.
Yeah.
I
well,
heard.
no, that's not the. There's just like this month is coming out.
For Patrice?
Yeah.
Wow, I'll have to check it out.
It's just all previously I've seen, because Vaughn was his old lady or whatever. I follow her on Twitter just to, because she like sometimes tweets old Patrice quotes, and
yeah.
And they got patriceoneal.com starting up, and I'm not sure if it's up yet because I haven't looked or checked it out, but
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, and then there's a whole shitload of unreleased material that they're putting out as a CD or as a download or whatever. I forgot where I was going with that. Oh, well, just Patrice. That's why. It's because he died in September 2 years ago, and it's just coming around. So I think they've got the website up, and
we were just talking about how the artists now are just skipping the industry altogether. And
well, and I also brought it around to comedians because I wanted to talk about Patton.
Oh yeah,
Patton's little Twitter rampage the other day, which was just fucking masterful. Like,
he's always good on. He's one of the better Twitter.
And today,
always doing something
today I think it was, he kind of gave props to. He said, my thing the other day. I don't know if you saw it or not, but I gotta give props to the forefathers or whatever, because I'd seen Norton do that before. He put.
Oh, I seen somebody else put on there. Oh, you stole Colin Quinn's Twitter bit.
See,
on one of his things, and the guy was just being either a smartass or a jerk, but then I remembered, oh yeah, Colin Quinn did something like that before.
And Norton did too. He said something about Paula Deen, something doesn't want any more nig, and then the next Twitter it was HTS, so it's nights, any more nights, and that was, it was opposite,
right? But it's the
then
same
he did
thing.
it, but. Man, Patton's
Dude, it was fucking funny.
very, very brilliant.
The Arnold Schwarzenegger one is good.
I'm sorry for my misspelling. And for people that don't know what we're talking about,
Beautifully crafted.
basically, your Twitter feed shows you from top to bottom, newest to oldest. And Patton was breaking up, it's 140 characters or whatever is all it allows you to do. He was breaking up tweets into two different ones, but the way he was breaking it up was it was really rudimentary, sticking up for just really surface kind of politic kind of thing, or human rights or
like
whatever.
He was sticking up for a cause.
Yeah,
in the first
small
part of the tweet.
Yeah, and then you would if you only read the newest tweet, it was
the second half of the tweet where it would finish off so basically he would cut off what would be a paragraph in the half, and the second part, but the way it would cut in half, the second tweet would be just horrible.
Horrible.
And if you just held that tweet on its own, they were hilarious.
Yeah,
like I think one of them where it cuts off, he's talking about, he's like, something would be like, and then the second tweet was just all it said was eat the poor, and the disabled. It's the only way to survive.
I'm bringing it up, and what I loved was he's now retweeting all the people that were offended by,
because he knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. But okay. So let's see here. Okay. The whole thing. It says. I'm gonna read like both tweets as one. And I'm sorry, but I fucking hate Fox News. Bunch of race-baiting corporate shills. All of their medieval fact-free claptrap is performed by monkeys in expensive clothes. Sorry if I offended you, white conservatives, but it's the truth. So, if you hear it as that, it's just mid-level, surface level, kind of just
hating
raging
on Fox News.
But the way he breaks it up. The first one that you see, he cut claptrap in half.
Right.
So it says, the one says, ends with fact-free clapped, and then the next one starts with rap is performed by monkeys in expensive clothes. Or
and people were favoriting and retweeting the bad tweet, so that people that didn't follow Patton only saw that one tweet.
And so there was just an uproar of just people. Okay, this was the best one. I'm gonna read this one as a whole too. God's greatest miracle? How about science? Penicillin, gift from God. Polio vaccine, gift from God. Even aspirin, Pepto-Bismol, and Rolaids is a gift from God. I don't know why people are still so backward in their thinking on this. So there's the two tweets put together, but the way he cut it up was he cut Rolaids in half. and the one tweet says, it's just the second half, it says AIDS is a gift from God. I don't know why people are still so backward in their thinking about this. It's just, that is fucking brilliant, really.
That's good stuff. It's funny that people got so upset with him even after they figured out what he was doing. I was like, come on, he was being funny as hell.
But you know what? And it's not shock value.
No.
It's playing on people's stupidity.
Yeah.
And
he caught a lot of fishes. Like obvious.
Oh yeah.
There were even guys that were like, I don't think I can stand to listen to Patton Oswalt.
Unfollow.
Yeah, or this is just too political for me. And it was like they totally bought right into it.
Don't get it. The tongue. Okay, here's. Should I do the Schwarzenegger one or the seeing everything in black and white?
The black and white one's good.
Okay, so I'll read it again, or as I keep repeating what I'm gonna do. For you simpletons who see everything in black and white, if racism, misogyny, hatred, and fear are black, then my grandchildren had better be white, and I mean pure white, or we're not going to have a country anymore. # tolerance. But the way it's broken up, it says, and he capitalized it like it's a new fucking paragraph and everything.
Yeah.
It says, my grandchildren had better be white. I mean pure white, or we're not going to have a country anymore. # tolerance.
So good.
Okay. I'll read the last one that he put, just because that finished it off. nicely. He said, gonna hop off Twitter for a while, enjoy the sunshine, breathe the air, hope no one was offended, cross my heart and hope to die. All of you, seriously, #peace. But the way he broke it up was after hope to, he cut to a new tweet and it just says, die, all of you, seriously, #peace. And then, so just the first one, you know, Joss Whedon, I think he's a comedian as well. He just says, that was a dazzling run. Comedy isn't tragedy plus time, it's rage plus structure. #man crush.
Yeah.
And, you know, then you get Patton Oswalt is a moron. You get, I consider myself a bit on the liberal side. I am surprised at some of Oswalt's tweets tonight. Is it just me? Like, you fucking idiot.
Totally fished in.
Jesus Christ. You're like, seriously. And then he hollered out the trailblazers of what he did yesterday, and Norton and Colloquin.
Right on.
Yeah,
because Patton's always going to give people credit. For
well, I mean, after his, a few weeks ago, his open letter to joke stealers and stuff, you know.
He's always good for shit like that.
Yeah, he's brilliant, and he's good. He's really good on Twitter. You see what I did there? I brought the conversation over to Twitter.
Yeah.
See how I did that? Big news in the Twitterverse. I, Danny Admire, and all of my 9 followers on Twitter am followed now by the Chuck D.
Chuck Dizzle.
Chuck motherfucking D. I know that's not his middle name, but
it should be.
It definitely should be. This fucking blew my mind. I want to just quit the music business now. I want to just. I think I might have reached the pinnacle.
Yeah, you got Chuck D following you on Twitter.
It's
and he retweeted you.
Yeah,
favorited one of your tweets.
Yeah, and all I did was argue with the guy.
Yeah, he just respected you.
He's all, who's this little fucking white kid? Yeah. Did you see what I put up? I was hoping to get a retweet for that, because I wasn't fishing for a retweet on that first one.
No, you were just being like, you were sticking up for underground hip-hop.
Yeah, and basically what it was he was going on a rampage about hip hop acts not getting the respect they're due for live shows, and he was shouting out old school guys like Ice Cube and Melly Mel and all these people, and I kind of took offense to that he didn't throw in guys that I've seen live that I mean really just fucking grab you by the heartstrings and take you on a journey, like in their live shows. And Sage Francis and Atmosphere are huge parts of that, and I just felt the need to stick up for him, and I think he knows who they are.
Yeah.
So you know, he agreed or whatever. He's got to. I mean, he's got to know, right? Like.
Oh, I'm sure he knows who they are, and he probably just was like, well, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should catch more of this shit.
Right.
If he didn't know, maybe that's one of the things. He's like, maybe I'm missing some shit. Or if you imagine Chuck D's radar has got to be humongous. Like, there's got to be some shit that escapes him.
Oh yeah.
But who knows? It could go either way. He probably just enjoyed the fact that you were sticking up for underground hip hop, because Chuck D, he comes off as the sort of dude that doesn't.
Do you follow him?
Yeah.
So, because some of the stuff he says, it's almost, you know, he says America with 3 Ks in the middle of it, and all that kind of stuff, and I don't I mean, I know that white people are definitely have it way better in this country, and it's nothing. Yeah. It's just the way it is. But so sometimes I think like I don't necessarily like agree with or the way that he goes. I think he in theory he's right most of the time, but just the terminology, it's almost like I think Christianity and spirituality is just overcomplicating things. I think that sometimes that happens and he's not looking at it in the right light.
Right.
But the dude's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, he
and
is.
like I sent to him was you know, fucking Nirvana Nevermind and Public Enemy which was a fluke, basically. Public Enemy, 1991, The Enemy Strikes Black was my very first 2 compact discs. That was when CDs, 92
It was
or something.
one of my first, my 2 first compact discs were Megadeth, Rest in Peace, and Snoop Doggy Dogg Doggy Style.
Yeah.
So it was almost, same kind of weird combination. I went to the store, my mom gave me money, I just got my first CD player, and I got both of those together.
See, you know how I did it was Columbia House. You remember Columbia House?
Yep, I've ordered them.
Because my dad, when I was fucking 7, so, or maybe 8, maybe, and there was no way that I was gonna go to the store and get Public Enemy
right
unedited. So I swindled my mom basically, because she was easier to kind of trick a little bit, and I got unedited Public Enemy as my first CD.
I got Doggy Style unedited by my uncle, is the one that took me to the store, and I told him that he was gonna have to buy them for me, and he was cool with it. So
nice.
Yeah, so
as they should, dude.
And Doggy Style was rancid.
I actually had that on cassette.
Yeah,
I had Doggy Style on cassette.
And I was, I took it home, and I didn't realize how bad it was. Like, I loved it because I loved rap and stuff, but all I had seen so far was what was on MTV. It was edited.
Yeah.
When I got the CD home and was listening to it on the headphones,
W balls.
It was like it's DJ Easy Dick. The whole album was just gross.
Yeah.
And I loved it. It was, as a little kid, it was just exactly my.
Here comes your mother with those 2 little guys.
Just like fucking, what's it? Yeah, Easy Dick in the Jack Off Hour.
DJ Easy Dick in the Jack Off Hour. W balls.
It was good, man. And his little skit where he fucking shoots that guy. We can handle this like some gentlemen, or we can get to some gangster shit. Well, what's up?
What happened, dude, to hip hop, man? Like this was a thing I saw. I think it was like a Facebook post or something like that, and it said 90s mainstream or 2000s underground, and then it had a big poster with fucking all the 90s mainstream guys on it, and you're just going through looking dope. That guy was fucking dope. That guy, oh my god, dude. And then you just think back to those albums and those skits. They weren't all about being, they were, G'd up from the feet up, but
they were funny.
It was funny. Yeah, it was original and unique, and it was fucking good. And I think that hip hop is such a, like, if you look at it as an organism in itself, it adapted.
Yeah.
And when shit started, here's the good hip hop, the original like late 80s, early 90s stuff, and then eventually that kind of got cookie cuttered into being shit. That's when the underground started. There's always true heads basically that's gonna keep it alive, whether it's hip hop or
it's a
folk music, or
in different periods of time the light is gonna be shined on different areas of it. And for the time being, it's shined on Drake and Kendrick Lamar and stuff, but it'll switch somewhere down the road.
Do we need to go there too?
I don't know much about it. I just seen that all of a sudden everybody was talking about that song.
I almost don't want to give it
I listened to the song, and and I don't listen to a lot of hip hop these days, but I listened to the song because it was getting so much attention, and I was like, this is soft to me as far as shit talking goes.
Are you kidding me? He doesn't say I'm
the
king of New York.
It was almost like he was pulling punches and not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. Like,
for real, I did not see what the outrage.
Tupac used to literally threaten to kill you.
My fofo make sure all your kids don't grow.
I fucked your bitch. Like, that's how he starts one of his songs off.
Claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife.
That's what Kendrick Lamar wrote was dog shit. Like, I'm meaner to my mom than he was to the people on that. And it's not like I'm only giving him shit about it because everybody made a big deal. Like, I was expecting Kendrick Lamar to be claiming that he raped their mothers and sisters or something, and I get on there and it was just him bragging about it.
And I had no the whole fucking thing behind it was promotion
He
because honestly I had no idea.
He disses the guy. One of the guys he allegedly disses, is the dude who produced the song he's on.
Big Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's obvious that like he wasn't trying to hurt anybody and it was all for promotion.
Yeah.
It was fucking a joke.
Yeah, but I had no idea who. I think, I'm not positive, but I think he did the swimming pool song.
Yeah.
Get a pool full of liquor and we dive in.
I haven't heard it.
Exactly. I only have because I had it pushed in my face all last summer
But
when I was in Tahoe.
Unfortunately, for the time being, these are the guys that are getting all the attention.
And
it'll
I've,
change. There will be a new regime that comes in and.
Well, the only reason I looked into it was because Sage actually said something on Twitter, and basically what Sage said, I think. Now that I've heard the song and I understand that it's a shitty fucking verse or whatever, you know, it's not nothing. I think Sage was being tongue in cheek a little bit, but he said something about notice how he didn't say that he was the king of Rhode Island. Way to know your place. And then he mentioned him Kendrick Lamar, and the very next tweet that he put was mentioned Kendrick Lamar, and it said, I see you, I see you. So like I think he was just fucking around, really.
Right.
But you know, dudes that I like, you know, we're talking about it, and even Scroobius Pip, he's a British rapper who's fucking really good. He's got this XFM radio show that he does every Saturday at midnight from England or whatever, where he plays all kinds of underground poetry and hip hop stuff, all kinds of, you know, like an hour, I think. But he got into it this last weekend and kind of talked about it a little bit, and it still just kind of bugs me that it was given so much play.
Yeah, there's just been too much peace in the hip hop world for too long, because that's not battle rap to me.
Not at all.
Not for what I'm used to. I gotta take off pretty soon.
Well, I'm not sure what just happened.
I'm getting my chain yanked.
Well, so the ball is yanking the chain.
Yeah. She needs help with my Satan spawn. So
the seed. Well, we didn't get to it this week, but because we said something about it in the last CaveCast, we're gonna play one of my horrible old songs, and you're gonna do one of your shitty teenage poems of heartbreak and
it's fucking disastrous.
And loss.
It's embarrassing. It's disastrous, but
so basically,
it'll be funny to get shredded for.
Basically, what I want to do next week is I want to play my song, and you guys could cut it off whenever you want if you need to interject anything, and then we'll have you read it, and then me and Dylan can stop you whenever we need, and maybe ask questions or.
I got them on a disc. That I thought it was in my house, and I thought I knew exactly where it was, but I'm gonna have to go through storage and see if I can find it.
And believe me, you guys are going to want to ask. There's gonna be some questions. that's all I know. Cause I was trying. There's 3 of them I think that I still have that were like my original 3 songs that I ever made.
That's good that you still got them.
And I was trying to pick through, which one I wanted to do. I was trying to not be easy on myself, first of all. I didn't want to play the best one.
That's the hard part.
And it's just, second of all, I was in here by myself listening to it, and my face turned red.
That's good. You
so,
picked a good one.
So you
just gotta remind yourself, dude. Everybody starts somewhere.
Yeah, and that is a reminder, like a sledgehammer to the face. So, anyways, next week, I think we gotta wait till Dylan gets back into town and do the next one, so it might be a week and a half or so till we get to it, but we'll see you guys then, and prepare to listen to me and Kyle get our lives shredded apart for the douchebags that we used to be. Thanks everybody for listening. Twitter, you gotta follow me now, bitches, because motherfucking Chuck D says so. At Danny Admire, he's at Saint Kines, Kines, and SoundCloud.com / fucking mumbling idiot. SoundCloud.com/Admire Music. I got a new song up called If I Had a Funeral. Check that shit out. Comment. Download. It's all for free download, so get my shit and listen to it if you fucking got a few minutes of time. You know you do. Anyways, thanks everybody. We'll see you next time. CMP CaveCast.
Sponsored by Garden Hands. Peace.